If there was a way for Trump not to sound stupid, I would really like to hear of it because at the end of the day, he sounded like the dumbest individual in the world. First of all, Trump. No. Why would you try to bring up and make it seem like somebody else is going to do what you already done? And that's tamper with votes. You are the only president that I know of that had such a big impact on the subject that, you were about to be thrown out for fraud. I don't know how you still president of the United States of America. I don't know how America not realized that Nazis were not our friends. So if you got neo-Nazis in America, that technically means that they're against America. These people are doing whatever they can to get revenge for a war that happened years ago. And instead of bringing up that fact, which is an actual fact that's happening, we're going to bring up something like fear of Africans retaliating against Caucasians because of slavery. Africans are doing nothing but killing each other. To be honest, you could just leave the situation alone and they'd probably wipe each other out. Let the police back down and not do their job like they are supposed to. You know what I mean? It would be so hard for black people to get justice. They would take hands into their own matter and it would rectify itself, to be honest. But you know what I mean? We're a consumer you know, we're one of the biggest consumers. So they for businesses to thrive, they need people like us that rely on, the environment that we're in. You know what I mean? Because we take advantage of our environment. We support our environment, even if it's not our own environment. Evidently, because a lot of people are just like under the impression that, you know what I mean, because you're black, you're supposed to, support their business. But if you selling me a sandwich for $10 and the store across the street is selling me the same sandwich for $5, I'm gonna go get me a $5 sandwich. I don't know what's wrong with people. Like, I'm just not gonna spend my money on your business on the sole purpose that is black owned. I need them to realize how important it is to, supply and demand with prices that are competitive in the business field. But at the end of the day, it's hard to like explain certain things to people because they feel that they only have to appeal to certain groups, and those are the groups that support them. So with that being said, it is what it is. With that type of mindset, you'll never expand. So might as well leave it be where it is. But that debate was so retarded, it made no sense. Just listening to this president talk, know what type of supporters he have. How can we even consider him American? His wife ain't American. I don't believe he's American. The only reason why he is rich is because of his parents. A lot of people are under the impression, even I was ignorantly under the impression that this man reached his wealth out of poverty. I don't even know how I even came across that impression. But to find out that his father was rich as hell, and this man is over here committing tax fraud, is giving me the truth. Which means that technically, it's not that he's as smart as smart as a businessman. technically he's just using his his parents' money, and he invested in a couple of things that were wise and got him a lot of money. But at the end of the day, it sounds like he's messing up his parents' money, and it would mean, that he's really not the smart businessman everybody believe him to be. Like, he's out here robbing people with certain, money scams and stuff, and people are not paying attention to any of that. They just stuck off the fact that racism still exists, and everybody's going back and forth with that. Forget the fact that if you pay attention, our country is under attack. Like, what was one of the dumbest decisions made thus far by anybody who is a leader of a country? They allow people from China, Wuhan, the epicenter of the disease, the coronavirus, to come back to their countries. Now, they would have had to stay their ass right there. The country should have invested money into isolating them, and at the same time treating them and making sure they could find a cure before they allowed them to come back to the countries. Why would you allow potential hosts to come back to their freaking countries is beyond me. Because you can't tell me something that was originated in Wuhan, China, made it to South Carolina, South Carolina, to kill my grandmother. Because my grandmother died from this disease. It hurt me to my heart, and I can't stand the president now. Because I don't understand how the hell you made a decision that would affect the entire world. None of them people. I can't stand none of them. Like, I swear, like they up to something, and they really not telling people what it is. But it looked like it's like global genocide. Like they really just trying to control what goes on by fear and by disease and by war, all of that. Just trying to control people by all of these things, because that's the only thing that they have to remain in power is chaos. Chaos causes confusion, and the only people who can, benefit from that is the people who are in control of it. It's like herding sheep. If you create this chaos and let them feed off of that, you can feed off the flock while they're eating. You understand? Like, it's just crazy. They too busy grazing off of the BS that they grew in this patch of field of grass. They feeding off that, and while they feeding off that, they feeding off the sheep. Like, it's real simple logic. Like, it's sad that, the masses is just retarded. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if you can read 1,000 books. If you can't read what the hell you see right now, then them books are worthless. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's good is knowledge you can't use? There's no good knowledge that you can't use. Knowledge that you can't use is dumb knowledge, because you don't need it. Now, that's something that, you can talk to Einstein about. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't understand how any of this makes sense. Like, I would have left them people, I'd have treated them, I'd have made sure we had the cure before we even let them out. Talking about some 14 days. 14 days? You know how many months it been? Why are people still dying from the coronavirus? It hasn't become abundantly clear. It hasn't made any sense to anybody. If you need a 14-day time span, why are people still dying from this disease? How are there carriers who don't know they're carrying it? There's something not right with the schematics. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you voting for Trump, you voting for the demise of America. And I bet you all them neo-Nazis is doing it. Everybody who's part of Mother Russia and China are going to cast their votes in favor of Trump. And they're going to do it in favor of Biden too, because either way they put it, they win. America loses. They're using American tactics against America. Thanksgiving. That's basically what this is. Thanks for giving us all the tools necessary to take down your country from the inside out, Trojan horse. This is crazy. But I guess all we really need to worry about is Black Lives Matter, right? All lives matter. Every last American matters. I'm a veteran. Give a fuck what color you are. All lives matter, and we need to realize that and fix the real problem that's coming on. Because you worried about a couple of people dying because of police brutality when they're literally handing out death some damn where and killing us right under our noses and disguising it as a contagious disease. I don't care what nobody say. This can't just travel to places where nobody from Wuhan been. Like it just doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. Not that fast. Not in that manner, no way, shape, or form. And for those people to know that they can be contaminated and to come, and if it's through contact, how in that, like, it's impossible for you to, it's impossible. The flu itself is a disease that's been here for you. It don't even spread like that. So how was that spreading like that? Think about it. With all the things that can kill the virus, how does it exist and an environment and spread the way it do with all those certain flaws that they make it seem like it have? It doesn't make any sense. It's because it's lies. It's BS. We're under attack. I need to realize that. You know what I mean? I'm a veteran. I know when we're under attack.